This is my first foray into a voiceover. A couple of comments ago, it was requested that I give you guys some indication of what I was doing in the shop, how I was doing it, lessons learned, etc. So I'll give it a shot and see where it goes. So in this clip, I'm just finishing up putting the clecos in on the inner top skin on the left wing. I went through some painstaking detail to make sure that all the rivet holes lined up properly, make sure that everything was aligned correctly, make sure that the joint between the outer skin and the inner skin were lined up correctly, just to make sure that everything lines up properly. I figured I'd take a little bit of extra time now to make sure it was perfect, so that over the next 30 years I don't look at that wing, especially out of the pilot's side of the plane, and swear about that little tiny defect that I could have spent an extra 20 minutes taking care of and fixing and installing it properly. Moving on, I'm starting to load some rivets into the top skin. I've never actually used rivet tape. I never really saw the sense of it. I used painter's tape, cut into basically 1/2 by 1/2 inch squares, and then put the painter's tape over the top of the rivet head. It does leave a little bit of residue when you're done riveting, but the painter's tape seems to do a very, very good job, and it also seems to leave a very nice finished product when I'm done riveting with the rivet gun. So here for the majority of the rest of the video, you'll see me preloading rivets into the top skins so that I can rip through the riveting process when it comes time. Um, Still putting on the painter's tape to hold the rivets in so they don't vibrate out while I'm doing the rest of the riveting. Working my way from the center of the wing out per skin, and then leaving the joint between the two skins as last. Instructions specifically say leave that joint as last so that you end up with nice tight skins over the top of the wings. Drive me crazy if I saw those skins buffeting in the wind for the next 30 years, so I'll make sure to pay attention to the directions and do as they instruct when I start riveting. Here in just a little bit, my wife came out and joined me, and she was helping me do some of the taping and whatnot to help me speed the process up, and her being there certainly sped things up along the way. I also spent some time inspecting the back side of the skins you just saw moments ago to make sure that the tails of the rivets were approximately the same length throughout, making sure that I didn't completely miss a rivet length as I was going through the directions and making sure that the rivet went in the right hole. But yeah, my wife being out there saved me about 20 minutes just joining me, so it was nice to have her help in the shop and lend a hand to make things go a little bit faster.